Four sources telling NBC News this morning that outdated intelligence likely led to the deadly strike on an Iranian elementary school, killing almost 200 people. Democrats, meanwhile, on Capitol Hill pressing for more answers as the battle over oil continues. Let's get more from NBC's Alice Barr.
Hi there. Overnight, oil prices pushed back up toward the $100 a barrel mark, even as the U.S. and other countries move to release emergency stockpiles. Analysts tell NBC News that won't make up for all the lost supply and that gas prices are likely to keep going up. This morning, an intensifying war within the war over that critical oil route, the Strait of Hormuz. Iran launching new attacks on ships, keeping tanker traffic at a standstill in a bid to drive oil prices even higher. With gas prices here at home up 20% since the start of the war, the U.S. joining dozens of countries agreeing to release 400 million barrels of oil to try to drive prices down.
We're going to be doing it very quickly, and then we'll fill it up. We'll fill up our reserves.
Pentagon officials telling senators in a closed-door briefing the first 6 days of the war with Iran are estimated to have cost more than $11.3 billion. That according to three sources familiar with the briefing. President Trump sending mixed messages about the war's status.
Let me say, we've won. You know, you never like to say too early you won. We won.
Minutes later.
We don't want to leave early, do we? We got to finish the job.
And now new information from a U.S. military investigation into the missile strike on an Iranian elementary school at the start of the war that killed 170 people, mostly children, according to Iranian officials. NBC News has learned preliminary results find the U.S. was likely responsible due to outdated intelligence believed to have mislabeled the school as a military target, according to a U.S. official and three sources familiar with the initial findings. Senate Democrats demanding answers from the Defense Department.
It's important that the DOD figures out how did this happen and then put things in place to make sure it does not happen again.
President Trump has said he would live with the investigation's findings. You may have heard reports about an FBI bulletin sent to police departments in California, warning Iran could launch drones from ships off the coast. A federal law enforcement source tells NBC News that was sent only for awareness and that there is no credible evidence or intelligence about an imminent attack. In Washington, I'm Alice Barr. Back to you.